Hello, welcome to another video. In this video we're actually implementing our jump. Finally, after optimizing the jump and having a look at the confusing but now a little bit more simple jump mechanic that we have, we now need to get those jump animation frames within our scene. So the first thing we need to do, like we've done with all of our animations, is create said animation. So at the moment we've got a player idle and a player run. So let's create a new clip. Yep. Let's just going to make sure I'm putting these in the right place. What's that one? So is this? Yeah, I'm going to put them in here. Cool. I just don't want to get them confused. So I'm just going to call these player underscore jump. Cool. Click save. Fantastic. So I've already dragged in my jump animations here, and I've already forgotten what. So 16 wicket. So make sure. So what I'm going to do is that there's 16 units. I don't need that preview, so it's just 4. She does a nice little flip with all that. Oh dear me. Let's click all these so they pop out like that, and then we're going to select these animations. There we go. Oh, that's annoying. So we'll select these ones actually. Change these to 16. Go down and click apply. Lovely. Then we'll click on each of these ones and drag these in. So let's change the sample rate to 8. Enter. Hopefully you can press play, and there we go. We've got a nice. Just like in a washing machine. But there we go. That animation is playing over and over. So that's good, lovely jubbly. Let's sort these animations out, put these back. Fantastic, cool. So when we jump, we don't want to loop over and over like this. So what we need to do is, I'm going to pause that because it's making me feel a bit ill. And if we go onto our animations, and we can see we've got player idle, player jump and player run. If we click on player jump, you can see here in the inspector we have loop time. We need to uncheck loop time because we just want one round of that animation to root round and jump. So we're going to make sure we've unchecked loop time. Once we've done that, we can go into our animator. And we can make sure we can see any animations that are here, and we can see that we've got player jump, which is really good. That's what we need. So let's, if we use Alt or Options keys, we can move this around. I'm going to move jump to here so we can make this seem a little bit lovely. Fantastic. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at from going from our main entry animation of player idle straight to our player jump animation. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to create a parameter, and that parameter, unlike move that was a float, this is going to be a ball, so a true or false statement, and we can call this jumping. Oh, what was slash? There we go. Lovely. So we have our parameter of jumping. Then we are going to create a transition from idle to jump. So if we click on idle, create transition to jump. Lovely. And then on that transition from idle to jump, we're going to have a look at the conditions. So if we click on that, so under the conditions here, like we've done before, we are going to add, this time not move, but we're going to add our brand new one, jump. And our first one, if we go from idle to jump, jumping is going to be true. Okay, so remember, a ball is a true or false statement, and that's it. Cool, so once we've done that, we're going to uncheck has exit time. On the settings, we're going to change the transition duration to 0. Lovely, fantastic. So we are then going to go on to create another transition from jump to idle. Click on that transition, and on that, we're going to then add the conditions again. Make sure it's jumping instead of move, and this time jumping is going to be false because we're going back to our idle animation. And again, we're going to uncheck has exit time, And again, we're going to make sure that the transition duration is 0. Lovely, fantastic. So that seems to be working out quite nicely. So, done the exit time, done all that, just trying to go over it in my head. So let's have a look at, so we should have 2 scripts, shouldn't we? We've got a player animation and a non-player animation. Let's have a look, we've got them here. There we go, so we've got our player animation here and our normal player script here. Lovely. So if we go into player animation, we're going to create a brand new method, and we're just going to put that straight under move, just here. So we can just call this a public void, and we're going to call this jump. So this is going to be our jump method. Cool, lovely. So because our jump is a true or false statement, and our movement for our script and our jump is in our player script, we need to create a bool here within our kind of parameter within our method. So what we're going to write is that we're going to write a bool, and we can just call this jumping, like that. Cool, lovely. So we're going to quickly save that. So there might be some issues, there might be some errors that pop up in Unity. We're not going to worry about those for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into our player script. So we already, when we've done our movement, called up our player animation script. So that's good. So we can call that up again. So that's underscore player anim. So the question is where we're going to call this up. So the best thing we can do is, let's see where we actually firstly jump. So we jump here. This is where we start to jump. See, look, if input get button down, jump, and we're grounded is true, debug.jump. Okay, so here we need to say underscore player anim, because that calls up our player animation script. We then need to say we need to call up the jump method from here, which is called jump. So if we say dot jump, then in the brackets we can say that jumping is true, because that's where our statement is, our bool statement is. So we can say underscore player anim dot jump is true, because that when we want to jump, when we press the down button or space bar button, when we're playing our game. So we need to check when we're not jumping as well. So that's really, really important. So if we look at is grounded. So if we look here, what we can say is, if we do some curly brackets for this, Control and X, so we cut it and paste our return true back into here. What we can do right on the top is right there, we can say underscore player anim dot jump is going to be false, because this is where we don't want the animation to jump. There we go. So that should be fine. We're all grounded and stuff like that. That's all good. Fantastic. So then we can go back to our player animation script. Let's quickly save this. We might get some errors, but that's okay. We now need to put the actual animation in here. So that animation is being controlled by our bool, so our jumping bool. Okay. So we can transition between one and the other when we're in an idle state. So if we say, let's have a look at our variables. So we've just got one variable, so that's our animator. So we can say underscore anim, because we need to call up the animator. We can then say it's a bool, isn't it, that we've set. So we can say set bool. And then with that, we have called that parameter jumping with a capital J, as we can see here. There we go. We can see there with a capital J. Then we've mixed that with our, if that moves out of the way, we've mixed this within our code into our player script with this jumping as well. So what we're going to say is comma jumping as well. There it is, there's that function, semicolon. And it is as simple and easy as that to implement our jump animation. We just need to put them in the right places. Lovely. So now we've done that, let's save this script. Let's go back onto the player script to make sure we can save this as well. Go jump back into Uni, let this compile and see if we have any issues. No, that's okay. So what we're going to do is, let's make sure we can see this. If we press play, let's test our scene. So there we go, running. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. So let's have a look at what our animator is doing. This has put this constantly in jump, hasn't it? Even though, or have we done exit time and has exit time and things like that? We're not transitioning back to, we can jump again, we can still jump and move, but we're kind of floating. So we need to have a look at this. Let's have a quick look at these transitions. So there we go. Jumping is false. Duration. Make sure I can see both. Yeah, okay, that's okay. So we're stuck in jump. Why are we stuck in jump? So we can jump once. If we can jump once, we seem to be stuck in jumping constantly. Let's have a look at this. Okay, we're jumping, but we're not checking for ground anymore in our script. So the ground tells us when we're on our idle. So this may be the issue. So let's have a look. So our animation only jumps once. Let's go into our script and see if we can fix this. So we need to make sure we're grounded. Let's have a look. That's okay. That's okay because it's, yeah. Let's double check. Let's bring this back. So let's bring back public bool grounded equals false, and let's implement this right under our movement and see what this does. So if we constantly check that we're grounded, not just once a time, and we can do this with our isGrounded method. So if we type this in just under our movement, this may, hopefully, fingers crossed, has fixed it, because it just needs to check that we're grounded to go back to the idle state again. So if we jump, oh, it's a bit quick. Oh, it's not really giving us enough time to do that jump, is it? So what we're going to do, so we are going to allow jump to have an exit time. So if we click on here, and if we go, oh yeah, so on the transition from jump to idle, if we say has exit time, press play, let's see what this does. Oh, it's still quick. That is very quick. Let's have a look at this now. It's very quick, isn't it, with that jump? So let's have a look at this quickly. Still. I might allow the loop time actually, so let's take that off. Let's make sure that's got exit time. Let's find our jump animations, not there. Animation, let's allow loop time. And also allow has exit time. Let's quickly save this, play this again. So walking, jumping, still quick. Doesn't seem to be allowing that exit time, does it, to play all the way? Oh, okay. So what I think is that this line, let's look at this. This is too long. If we try and size this down to 2, save this very quickly, because I think it's constantly drawing back to ground. So it's forcing the animation. Oh, no, that's not long enough. Ooh, long. Let's have a look. So let's just do 2.5F. Let's try that. Let's have a test of this. Come on. Come on. That was better. Okay, so let's quickly uncheck has exit time. Press play. Hey, that's a lot better. So it was my problem was my line, my raycast to my ground, and now if I uncheck that exit time, haven't I? Yeah. So now I've got this lovely jump animation. Let me play through before I hit the ground again, and that transition is a lot better. Awesome. But as you can see here, when I'm running and jumping is not working because we don't have these transitions. So let's have a quick look at this. So let's create a transition from run to jump and from player jump to run. Cool, lovely. So on run to jump, let's have a look at this. We are going to create the condition of jumping is true. That's good. We're going to uncheck has exit time, zero that out as well, and we can change this later on. So if we play, that looks good in our animation preview. And then on jump to player run, if we create jumping is false, which is true, we need to make sure that we're not, when we're going, we do a jump and then we go back to running. That's good. Also, this will conflict and this will take us back to idle because that's the same parameter. So what we need to do is if we add a move is greater than 0 as well, this should work for us. Let's quickly save this. Make sure has exit time and duration is back to 0 as well. Let's play this. So that hasn't mucked up our run. So awesome. So there we go. We can run and jump. And jump. And jump on the cell. Awesome. So there we go. Implemented a jump animation for running and idle. Fantastic. See you soon.